So, first day of my new job. Just got home. As you can tell, I'm still in my chef jacket. For those of you that don't know, I'm a sushi chef. Well, amongst other things. Professional asshole, but whatever, you know. It was a weird day. It was like, you know, the first day, it's always, that's kind of how, you know, they want to see what you got, you know? So it's like, it's kind of like, you know, your test, your trial run, if you want to call it that. You know, I get there. Now, boss is really cool. He's really laid back. But it was like, we started to get busy. And he was just like throwing me all these tickets. And he was helping out a little bit, but not really. Like, he was, but only like if I got backed up, which I did, because I'm pretty much the only one doing fucking any work as far as on the sushi side goes. And it was starting to kind of piss me off a little bit. It stressed me out because it was like, I was like, we weren't that busy, but for one guy, you know, I was like kind of stressed out, you know, because it was a lot. It'd be like, oh, Zach, make 5 California rolls, 2 spicy tuna rolls, and 1 of this. It's just like, fuck, you know, god damn. So I worked through happy hours from 5 to 7. Then I worked for another hour or two. 7, 8. Worked for another hour. And he comes up to me. He's like, "Okay, man, good job." He's like, "You'd mentioned that, you know, other chefs think you're a little slow." And honestly, he's like, "You definitely ain't fast, but you're not slow. You're just average speed." He goes, that will improve in time. He goes, I've been doing this for 15 years. So I don't expect you to be as fast as me. You know, you only got, 2-3 years under your belt. He goes, so your speed isn't an issue. He's like, there's a couple things we need to work on though, but you got the job. We can work on these. He's like, the things you need to work on, he's like, first off, you need to get yourself a left-handed knife. Oh, where's my knife? It's in the kitchen. I use a right-handed knife because left-handed knives are like 3 times more expensive. Okay, but I'm left-handed. He's like, you need to get yourself a left-handed knife. Plain and simple. He's like, I'm surprised you're as good as you are and you've come this far using a right-handed knife being a left-handed chef. He's like, that's ridiculous. He goes, you would improve so much more and your speed would greatly increase if you had the right tools to do the job. You've taught yourself how to use a right-handed knife because you have a right-handed knife. He's like, with your first paycheck, Zach, you need to buy a left-handed knife. I'm serious. Once we pay you, you need to take that money and buy yourself a left-handed knife. And then he's like, and also he's like, your portions are too big. You're too generous. You know, your nigiri's too big. Your rolls are too big. He's like, you got to remember, where you worked before, Zach, I'm not going to mention that, but where you worked before, their sushi is twice as expensive as ours. So I know you're used to making, big portions, but you got to understand, we got to make a profit here. So you got to, make smaller portions. He's like, other than that, man, he's like, you're good. Come back on Sunday, So it worked out okay. And it's actually a good deal because before I was making about $10 an hour on a paycheck, plus I was getting anywhere from $30 to $50 a night in tips, right in there. Not bad money, but nothing special. Now, well, after my training, which is 30 days, I'll be making $12 an hour, and the tips over there are way better. He's saying that I'll average $100 a night in tips. So it comes down to about $25 an hour, which is, significantly more than what I was making at the other place. So I'm cool with it. Everybody there is really cool. Work with a bunch of hot chicks. All the servers are chicks, and all of them are hot, because the guy does, my boss does all the hiring, so of course he just hires hot chicks. Most of them are rockabilly chicks with tats and big boobs and stuff like that. They're all cute, whatever. So I think that's going to work out pretty good. I was concerned that I wasn't going to be good enough, but that doesn't seem like that's the issue. The issue I just got to try not to fuck it up by, like, you know, typical shit that I do, like rolling in there fucking drunk or too hungover, you know, having a really bad attitude. You know, what he told me is, he goes, you know, I'm not so concerned of how fast you are. I'm concerned that you do it right, the way I want it, and I really want a chef that's personable. And he said, the reason why I try not to hire Japanese sushi chefs is because they're not personable, especially the ones that are straight from Japan, because one, they don't speak English very well. People have a hard time talking to them. He likes guys like me, you know, guys that can sit and bullshit with the customers, you know, and are personable, you know, customer service, you know, make people feel welcome and, you know, shoot the shit with them and stuff. So that's the key, and he saw that. He saw that with me, because I did have some customers in front of me that I talked up, and, you know, he was paying attention to what I was doing and what I was saying the entire time. So I think it's going to work out. I hope it does. Alright, I forgot where I was going with the story, so I'm going to turn off the video now.